Hi, I'm Joe Wojtycki, co-CEO of Max International. You've learned how to create your contact list and have discovered your purpose and why. You've learned how to invite and tell your Max story. But what's it all worth if you don't nurture the seed you've planted? Following up is perhaps the most critical part of the process, and that's what we're going to talk about in this training session. First, you have formulated what you want your legacy to be. You understand your reasons for wanting to be here. Second, you understand that for others to believe in what you are doing, you must have belief in yourself and Max. Third, you must be able to share that desire and belief by communicating effectively. Fourth, you see that great relationships take time to build, and that your success is predicated upon sharing information with others and meeting their needs. Now it is time for you to put each of the lessons that you have learned into practice. The fortune is in the follow-up. I've invited one of our best leaders to share with you some tips and tools on how to follow up and get involved in the event cycle. Double Diamond Mike LeBrun's passion about the products and the business at Max has helped him develop his business from being a master recruiter to being an expert in follow-up. He brings an unmatched enthusiasm and energy to his team on a daily basis and is perfect to discuss the follow-up part of the business, as this aspect is where many of the people will lose focus. Here he is.
A critical part of following through is using the right tools. Now, when you talk about your website, your videos, your presentation material, it's all called assets. It means less time for you on the phone trying to explain the benefits of the product or the opportunity, and to use the right tools to involve that person at the right time, at the right place, because Max is the opportunity for everybody. Why follow through? Because whenever you follow through, you're building rapport, relationships, which leads to people saying yes. Listen to what they're looking for. This builds rapport and it builds trust and makes your contact feel like they've been heard. This makes follow through easier, even if the answer is no for now. It won't be no forever.
Once you have completed your contact list and have had your initial conversation with your contacts, it is critical that you follow up with them consistently. What's the first thing you want to do after having a great conversation? Have another one. Remember, it may take 5 to 7 different conversations before your contact says yes. Follow-ups are just as important, if not more important, than the initial contact to help retain interest and move the conversation forward.
If you don't follow up or follow through, you won't have the chance to hear yeses. I follow up with emails, calls. I always try to touch base. Always find a way to stay in contact and keep the lines of communications open. When I do a follow through, I always remember the initial call of what I learned, of what I know about them, of what they do for a living. I use the form family, occupation, recreation, or what they do for money. Take good notes from the first call, so you always remember who they are, what they've done, or where they are in their lives. It is so critical with the time and date that you promise somebody. If you tell them a certain time and date, you follow up precisely at that time. It builds rapport and it builds trust, and your Max business will explode. If you don't follow up with these people at a certain time, how can they trust you? Always remember, rapport and trust is the #1 factor.
Here, you must find an artful balance of understanding what type of connection is in each particular contact's interest. So remember, with respect to each of your contacts, it is very important that you keep track of 1, what their needs are, 2, the information that you have shared, 3, any commitments that you have made to them, and 4, when you last shared the information with them.
Be prepared when you follow through. As part of each conversation, always be ready to determine if they need another video, determine if they need an event, determine if they need a 3-way call. And that could be multiple 3-way calls. Get the tools that excite you and share them with everybody that you know. For an example, a few days ago, I met a lady over the phone and I gave her the Doctor's Choice video. 2 hours later, she calls me. She says, Mike, that video is amazing. How do I sign up for product? And that doesn't happen often, but it does happen. I could have stayed on the phone for an hour, but I made the tool do the work. I always say to people, when I do that follow-up, I always like to know the direction I'm going to take based on the initial calls. So always read your notes before you do that follow-through so you can take your newest prospect to the direction that they need to go. If you think the time is right, ask the question. Based on what you've seen, are you ready to get started? Don't be afraid to ask that. If they say no, then ask, what is the missing piece? Tell me your thoughts. Expand on what they're looking for. If you listen, you will learn to give them the right tool so that more people can get involved in your business. There are a few closing statements you can use with your prospects. Let's get you going. Let's get you started. Are you ready to get going? These are some phrases you can use. I always say to people, after I've asked those questions, if they say yes, we get them started. Anything else but a yes, you need to direct them to another tool or to another three-way. I tell people, if you want to become a professional network marketer, following through will build you a huge organization worldwide.
Part of the challenge is discovering how to hold yourself accountable for follow-ups and what to follow up with. We encourage you to have an accountability partner to work with, as it is more fun to build something with a person that you like to work with, isn't it? Also, you are more likely to be successful if you have a person or team of people helping to encourage you through the ups and downs of the business cycle. So get familiar with the Max Activity Chart on page 21 of your Max Action Plan and plan on seeing your success through. Thanks for watching this series of training videos. Remember, we are committed to your success. We know that we have all succeeded because there were others that helped us along the way. And it is a strong part of the Max culture to pay that forward. We know that as you apply what our leaders have taught you in these videos, that you will be able to build a strong foundation for your own success. Lean on your sponsor and your uplines to help you. We have a call center to help you build your business, place orders, enroll new associates and preferred customers. Everything's in place to help you grow. I'm excited to see you have success with significance. I'll see you soon at a Max Opportunity Meeting.